Hey everybody, I'm Alabama Boss. Welcome to another episode of Uncurrent Events. This one right here takes us to China, where a 13-year-old boy has hit puberty. And we all know puberty can be a very confusing time. You're looking for new hair, playing with Rosie Red Palm and her 5 friends, humping inflatable pool toys. But for this particular Chinese boy, he decided it would be a good idea to stuff a USB cord into his penis. According to Chinese news outlets, the boy cut the port off the cord, you know, the big square end. And then he stuffed the 4-inch cord into his pee hole. That's where it became knotted. Yeah, you heard me right. He's stuffing this cord up his pee hole. And it gets a knot in it. You talking about talent? When you can stuff a USB cord up your pee hole and manage to tie a knot in it, and I'm sure he didn't mean to do this you got some talent. Hey honey, have you seen the phone charger? Yeah, Ginger's got it stuffed up his let me go get it. Doctors tried unsuccessfully to lube the cord and then remove it, but it didn't work, so they turned to the last resort, which was surgery. Although this story wasn't from Florida, I feel there's someone in Florida right now looking at their phone charger. Hey, that right there, it don't need to be plugged into my phone. It needs to be plugged into my dick. Don't do it. This one right here takes us to New South Wales, Australia, to a horse barn where a man has been raw dogging a horse. And by raw dogging, I mean screwing it. The owner of the stable said he noticed something wrong with his 2-year-old filly because she was normally very calm and becoming unusually high-strung. Hey, somebody's been f***ing this horse. So they decided to put up security cameras. And believe it or not, they caught a guy f***ing the horse. The sad part is the man claims the horse gave him consent by smelling his crotch and then winking at him. That's not a joke, that's what the man said. The man was charged with animal cruelty and fined $700. Why not just get a hooker? You could really go on a rampage with $700, dude. A rampage's not a good word, but I mean. This one right here takes us to the eternal fountain of meth that is Florida, where a homeless South Beach man has stabbed a tourist. Now that right there is not very uncommon, especially in Florida. But in this case, the man doing the stabbing didn't have any arms, like 0 arms. The homeless man weighed 90 pounds, had no arms, and paints on a sidewalk for tourists. Yes, he paints with his feet. The police report says 2 men walked up and asked the homeless man for directions. That's when he stood up, grabbed a pair of scissors from his pants, stabbed one of the men in the arm, then stuffed the scissors back into his waistband and walked away. Which, visualizing all that with him with no arms doing that shit with his feet is really funny, so try it. I'll give you time. The victim is fine, and the armless man is being held on a $7,500 bond. I see this as a feel-good story. No, it's not good to stab random people, but I feel like if you don't have any arms, you should get a pass. Good for him. This one right here takes us to New York, where a man has stormed into a burning house to save a trapped puppy. The only problem is the home wasn't actually on fire. The only thing on fire was the LSD-laced cough syrup the man had taken hours earlier. Troopers that responded to the scene said they found the man sitting on the lawn, cradling the puppy. The man was on a wild-ass trip that caused him to hallucinate, drive his BMW through his neighbor's fence after seeing imaginary fire engulfing the home, only to save a puppy that was actually not in danger. Drugs are bad. The police say the man was very cooperative. No shit, he thought he was a hero. He had just saved a puppy from a burning building. He's LSD man. There's something kind of weird about the story. The guy's driving a BMW, apparently lives in a pretty nice neighborhood, and he drank cough syrup laced with LSD. I don't know if somebody set him up as like a big practical joke. They'd be like, that'd be funny if we get Bob high on LSD and see what happens. I'm just gonna give this man kind of a pass. This man went in a burning house, but he still went in there with intentions of saving a puppy. Most drug addicts would decapitate a puppy for one hit of meth. This guy's got his addiction under control. This one right here takes us to Oklahoma, where a man decided to post an instructional video on how to hypnotize a chicken. Basically in the video, the guy holds the chicken's head down on a wooden table, then draws a line with his finger directly in front of the chicken's beak. The chicken then lays there very still in a trance until the man snaps his fingers. So if you ever need to hypnotize a chicken, there's a video for that. The only reason I can think of to hypnotize a chicken is to get it to be still as we cut the fucking head off. You know, he puts the chicken in a trance. I don't know if it is actually hypnotized. Can he make the chicken do anything? Chicken act like a turtle. Chicken cross the road. I don't know if hypnosis is real or not. You know why I don't know? Because I'm not gonna let anybody do that shit. Not willingly. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, put me in a trance, maybe like a kid. I'll take my clothes off and walk around like a duck, bark like a dog. No, what's fun about that? Who would sign up for that shit? This right here takes us to Utah, where a former female teacher who was convicted of having unlawful sex with a student has now been arrested on suspicion of selling methamphetamine. Oh, what a shocker. A woman that had sex with one of her minor students may be into some illegal shit. And not only drug dealing, meth dealing, which is like the trashy drug. You know, if it was marijuana, it's totally different. Cocaine's kind of better. Meth, it's just trash. Those type of stories are not even really good for uncurrent events. That's the world we live in now. Teachers having sex with students, and when that falls apart, they turn to selling meth, like some Breaking Bad shit. I miss the days when it was a big deal to find out one of your teachers smoked cigarettes. Oh, how far we have gone. Well, that's all I got this week on Uncurrent Events. I'm Alabama Boss and Rated Red. Y'all have a good one.